Hello and welcome to another Oakland Esports stream. It is League of Legends Tuesday. It's Coach Ori and Jax on the mic, and tonight we have an absolute treat for you guys.
Yeah, what a banger tonight. I mean, playing for top 8 NACE.
Yeah. It's do or die. You know, and League's got a song about that, right? Legends never die.
Legends never die.
And honestly, this season has been, I would say, a little legendary for the Oakland team for League. They've been playing so well. They've probably been playing the best they've ever played in their careers. And like you said, a spot in the National Championships top 8 land down in Orlando, Florida is on the line. It is a win and in, a punch your ticket to Florida game here tonight. Somebody, their season ends today.
Yeah, I mean, like, how crazy is that, right? Both these teams, I mean, it's what, 10th and 7th seeds?
Yeah, they're
of the
really
bracket.
close in terms of skill.
I believe we played once before.
Yes.
In which Converse did pull away the win.
Yeah, it was a Game 3 series when we were over at the Saints Gauntlet series over in Windsor, Canada, last month. So it's only been about a month since these two teams have actually played against each other. And both teams have been successfully doing a lot of things to make sure that neither team kind of like knows what has been in the prep.
Yeah.
For each other.
Yeah, I mean, some pretty meta picks coming through already, right? The bands relatively make sense, right?
Yeah.
Ash first pick into which is kind of surprising, right? They left Gwen open. Gwen on current patch still is pretty OP, I think.
Really?
Yeah, she does just some crazy, insane base damage.
Okay. Is she getting played just in top lane, or is she
jungle too?
Jungle? Wow.
Okay. Jungle and top lane.
Okay. I wasn't sure if she had maybe found a new home outside of top lane.
No, it was just top and jungle, like we were saying. But they have let's see, Converse picking up the Mbessa. Really good top pick. Gwen does play pretty good into her from my experience with like Pro League.
Yeah.
Pantheon pick that could go jungle or support, right? It's a bit of a flex. So what you see, actually, Gwen looking to go jungle here after the
Ooh.
set pick there. I think that's one of Lazek's.
That's one of his signature characters there. And, you saw the Converse take away that Pantheon there, so you know that that's just gone for Wazek with how much we've seen him play the Pantheon all season long, including even a little bit of Ben Sapp playing Pantheon.
Yeah.
Not all that much, but a little bit. Pantheon is definitely an OU pick, so getting that out of the draft is always good. And that Braum pick, that's a target right at Shaggy, especially since with Sivir, I think Braum is a really good pairing. So it's probably, I mean, obviously it's just, actually, no, that's OU
That's
banned
Oakland
Braum.
banned Braum.
We banned.
I think that's okay into Gwen. Maybe they're gonna look to want to play like some other engage, maybe like more dive stuff. Nautilus ban, kind of interesting. I think from the side of Converse, I would expect.
Yeah.
Nautilus not really a necessary pick from your side. More or less now looking to play into this Ashe. I think like Ashe Braum, pretty decent. Looking for maybe just a Rel Alistar trade, kind of in the first game here.
Yeah. Now I'm looking over now that I can have a better view of the bans from the Converse side. I look at them, and that's just, all right, we are destroying Hensap's character arsenal, and we are taking away 2 of Shaggy's characters. And now with Oriana as the third, this is just, all right, what is the pocket pick? Almost, it's like, what are you going to bring out as a pocket? Seraphine for the mid? I do like that. That's just a sit-back, farm, lane type of champ. Just throw out that the E, throw out some W's when it comes into team fighting, and obviously Seraphine alt, very impactful.
Yeah, but is a Seraphine mid or is a Seraphine support?
Oh God, I don't know if I've ever
that's
seen.
A flex.
It is. I think it's going to be a flex for sure. But I think if I had to kind of take a guess, it's probably going to be Seraphine mid, because I believe that is something that I've heard Hensap say they use.
A mage, right? Something that Hensap, usually goes on. I guess we'll see the Pike pick. So, wow, that's actually kind of interesting. I think there's with the Braum out, but you're playing a hook champ into Sivir, like
shielding it.
Yeah, I don't think that was necessarily an amazing pick, but regardless, we'll see what Oakland looks to pick, either support or mid lane here. I would imagine that Seraphine is going mid with this Pike. I feel like you can't really pick the mage yet.
Yeah,
so Rakan comes through.
Yeah, the Rakan is, if you ban the Nunu, Rakan is like that's Shaggy's like next well-oiled
the
machine.
Next one.
That's like, if it's not Nautilus.
What a crazy jump, Nunu into Rakan.
Yeah, it's like Nunu not and then Rakan. 3 very unique styles of support champs.
Yeah, I think that it's kind of interesting, I guess, that they banned Braum if they wanted to go this Rakan, right? Usually Braum is a pretty easy pick into Rakan. Rakan's a pretty easy pick into Braum.
Mm-hmm.
But, nonetheless, I guess that's what we see.
Yeah.
So, I guess I don't know much about the Seraphine mid. I feel like it's going to be pretty... I feel like,
it's just
especially early on, it's going to be pretty tough.
It's just... it's a farming... it's like a farming champ, right?
Yeah.
You're just going to throw out the Q. I believe it's Q, yeah. Throw out the Q.
Yeah.
Throw out E's just to...
because it goes through wave.
Yeah, you throw out E when you think
like
they're going to step forward, because you can root them and stuff. W to get yourself out of bad situations, and that W shield, especially if you get the empowered one, is going to be really good against Syndra, I believe.
Yeah, I'm also pretty interested to see how this... how the ults go, right? Because Oakland's playing a pretty front-to-back comp right now, right? Gwen and Set, both bruisers.
Yeah.
And then, you have Rakan, right, for Engage also.
Mm-hmm.
The Seraphine ult is going to get a lot of travel time. And, Converse also wants to play pretty front-to-back, right?
That's one of the things I was going to really bring up here, is that I look at this line of, like, just the champion lineup here on Converse, and it is a lot about pick a character, that guy, they're gone.
Yeah.
It's just a point and click of death, basically.
Yeah, you're playing for Syndra.
But then you look at like a comp like Oakland's got, and it's a little bit more well-rounded, a little bit more of like bigger universal CC, I guess. You got Seraphine ult, you've got the Rakan ult, kind of just multiple ways to hit targets.
Yep.
And then you have Set being able to probably like if that Pantheon decides to jump in, Seth's gonna be like, all right, well, no, we're getting out of here. Seth, like Pantheon, like W's in.
Yeah.
Pantheon gets ulted out of the fight.
I'm kind of interested to see how this Mbessa set game goes. I think it's whoever really wins side lane. I think is going to be doing a lot of good for their team.
Yeah.
But I mean, regardless, I think that both teams are decent, right?
Yeah.
I do feel a little worried about the Syndra if she can scale. Those executes are going to definitely hurt onto the Seraphine. Not so much onto the Sivir necessarily because of Spell Shield.
It's mostly going to be really that Seraphine that gets targeted by that because Gwen
has W.
Gwen has like can't be touched. Has a no fun zone type thing. Sivir's got the spell shield, like you said. So it's really about Seraphine not getting just absolutely bullied out of it.
Yeah, it's really if Hensap can live in fights, it's pretty okay, right? Yeah. These upgraded W's will lead to a lot of sustain also on top of these bruiser builds, on top of the Sivir spell shield, on top of Rakan heal and Rakan shield as well.
Yeah.
We'll see. If Converse can play first target and get a pick on someone, that's kind of what they're playing for. Otherwise, I feel like Oakland has better sustain, better team fights.
Mm-hmm.
But they're getting their characters selected right now. We're going to go into spectator delay in a little bit here. So I think that we will just cut it to a quick break and see you guys when game starts.
Yeah, we'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Stick around. And thank you for sticking around through the break. We are back, and we are in game. Game number 1, Converse versus Oakland University. This is a run back from Saints Gauntlet Series back in March. It's also a do or die. Who gets to go to Florida for the NACE Top 8 land? We're about to find out. Game number 1 is underway.
Yeah, all right, so we see Oakland and Converse both looking to pass top to bot. Both junglers starting on top side, so everyone thinks that bot side is winning. Looking at this early matchup, I think that if Oakland can push through for this, it's a little bit tough now. That's a big hook onto Shaggy.
And that is really going to be the game plan here down in this bot lane, right? It's going to be the Ash W into what should be the alley-oop into a pike hook. It's everything you can just wish that your solo queue bot lane duo would understand.
Yep. So it looks like we got a little bit of a pause here, actually.
Yep. Usually, what happens? This is a this is just something with the spectator, where it's trying to do a quick fast forward to catch up. We'll be back momentarily when the things are a little bit more synced up. Gotta love Riot Games in that 3-minute delay, so you can't.
Well, I do think it. I think that it is actually a gameplay pause.
You think so?
Looks like both the screens that we have here are paused. But nonetheless, I mean, I guess looking into stuff so far, bot lane is actually pretty tough right now. There's no ignite from. I'm pretty sure he has ignite. No heal. I'm sorry, from Rakan. So has to be burned really early.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be a pretty tough lane for them to go through.
Yeah.
Kind of a bully lane, if you will. So, I mean, we'll see.
We do see that Bully did take Flash Cleanse, so it is just needs 2 forms of a spell shield to make sure that they just get out of any of this single target CC that is going to be coming out from this Converse bot lane.
I'm about to say, there is a lot of single target CC, right? Ash Arrow, Syndra W,
Pike Hook.
Pike Hook, the slow, Pike E. Pantheon W. And Bess's ult also slows, I believe.
Could you cleanse that, actually? No.
You can't cleanse the heart. You can't cleanse the attack, but you can cleanse the slow afterwards, I think. So, I mean, whether that's worth it or not too much, we don't really know for certain. But nonetheless.
Yeah. We're going to be relaunching that spectate client here, and hopefully we can get right back into the game because we can definitely hear the players out in the lab.
Yeah.
Definitely, they are in action right now. So there's definitely, if there was a pause, the pause is over.
Yeah,
so we're getting right back into it here shortly.
For sure. I mean, we're going to see, it looks like pretty standard and slow stuff so far. As I said, though, we come back, I know that you still see us, but was like pushing Ego under tower, actually.
Yeah. so we are back, and it did look like that first blood did come on the side of Converse down that bot lane. And, at least going onto the pike early, not the worst, not the best. But if you had to choose between who from that bot lane is getting the first blood, I'd rather it be the pike.
Yeah, early go to pike definitely helps the process of him being able to just roam the whole time, right? That's a lot of Pike's gameplay, and actually we see that Pike moves to mid lane. However, Hensap is there and able to spot it with that ward and play safe enough. We do see as both junglers have cleared and are going for their second clear, and we see Pike coming back down to bot lane. Dragon spawning just shortly, looks like in about 4 seconds here, actually. We're going to see if either team is going to look to play for that. I don't know. Most pro teams aren't really playing for first Drake a whole lot. Looking to play for Grubs, but I mean, Collegiate might be a little bit different. Pike.
Gotta watch how that Pike is in. They definitely spotted him,
Yeah, they spot him, though. Yeah, but I don't think they could really do much about it, right? Shaggy is just kind of auto-attacking, just trying to do as much as he can, but there's really not a whole lot to be done. This Sivir tries to throw some Qs, hits some W, the spell shield. Actually gets baited there by the hook. I thought that was going to be more.
That would have been a big swing of momentum up in their top lane. And you kind of see, at least down in that in the jungle, we look here at this quick CS thing. Hensap doing a really good job keeping that CS even, but that's kind of what the nature of the Seraphine is going to be doing in that mid lane. It's just going to be keeping up with CS, and then eventually when it's her time to roam, she'll be roaming.
Yeah. Again, that W just barely misses. Yeah, as you were saying, right? the Seraphine is basically just going to be farming until team fights happen.
Yep.
And then it's just going to be playing for team fights, right?
Yeah, she's playing Get to Level 6 Simulator.
Right? That's actually what I'm kind of interested in here. Wazek is down CS, but actually up in XP by still quite some margin. So, flash has to be used.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
Getting that flash, that's one of the first biggest summoner spells to get burned down that bot lane. So now, if and when Bensap decides to make that roam down, that's going to be very, very dangerous. But you already see there is some conflict going up. It's a Void Grub battle.
Bit of a fight for Void Grubs. As I say that, the Pantheon Zav gets Grubs and does end up backing out just in time.
Yeah.
Looks like Wazek gave up a little bit of wave for that, and so did Hensap, just maybe a couple minions. But now everyone's looking to go back to lane. Ooh, that's a big hook onto Shaggy. The E does come through, but
out
nothing.
Of that Ignite, though, is going to take him down. And Bully U, though, going to be able to at least retort back and just put take the pressure off of that bot lane and force both Ashe and Pyke to pretty much not be able to try and press forward and maybe potentially dive to get that kill on Shaggy again.
Yeah, and we actually see the repercussion from the move onto Grubs there, right? Both Hensap and Wazek now down levels and CS versus their counterparts. I mean, this is a little bit rough at the start of lane for Oakland, but nonetheless, I think that it's a scaling game, right?
Yeah.
I think that we're more of a scaling comp. I think that team fights are going to be really, really important for us.
Yep, and I think that's what we were. While we were in the break here, before game, we were talking briefly with Coach Andrew, Coach Franklin, trying to kind of figure out what is the general game plan, and it is just all about not letting that snowball happen early enough.
But a bit of catch. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. He was going to get out of there no matter what, right? Like he had everything available, right? I mean, obviously not Flash, but like he was going to be able to get over that wall no matter what.
It was a little scary though with the Syndra there. The
though.
W, actually, this Pyke might be a little bit dangerous. The arrow comes through also. Not much can happen, though. This Ashe, no arrow now for this Drake fight, and Gwen is here to play for it also.
Yeah.
Let's see. However, Seraphine backing, no TP, so I don't know if Oakland's going to really want to fight this too much.
No. And this is the first time we're seeing both junglers down on this bottom side of the map. Now, both teams are going to be playing a little bit cautious because they know that lying in that fog of war, there could be a jungler at any moment.
Yeah, not only can there be a jungler, but there can be literally anyone on the side of Converse, right? There's so much just targeted CC that it's kind of hard to blind push anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, still standard lanes right now. Looks like Bensap is going to back and pick up the Phoenix Codex as well, trying to build towards that, I believe, Riftmaker to start. Most ones end up going for that.
Yep. Ooh, that Pyke going in early.
And
that auto attack by Bully U actually stopped him from getting hooked, right? The Pyke was playing a little bit more, like trying to play a little predictive on the movement, and that's kind of just what you got to do. But we got a big dive down here in this bot lane.
No spell shield.
No spell shield. Gets
cleanse.
Out of
big
it.
Cleanse there from Bully U.
And now Bully U going to make the chase. Almost gets the kill, but my gosh. The snipe by Zav with the spear. Wow. I'm not sure if that was an empowered spear too. So there could have been the execute. But there is a Gwen snipping and getting that kill.
Yep, there it is.
Okay.
And Wazek all in.
We got a big fight up in top lane too. All right. Not going to get much out of it.
A lot of everything being used everywhere. The Syndra will be able to get out with that blast cone. Back to top lane now. Wazek is going to back off a little bit, go place a ward. Ego lets this wave crash. Now Wazek is going to play a little bit safer.
Yep.
Looks like everyone is playing towards mid, maybe looking to go Grubs in 20 seconds.
Yeah. And this is important now. Both top laners got their empowered teleport, right? So they can now teleport anywhere they need to on the map.
Yep.
And this will be big if they do so choose to fight over these last 3 Grubs, because this is obviously 6 Grubs is just you'd love to have them.
Broken.
And if you're Oakland, you do not want.
Oh, he does have flash actually. Oh, but hooks in.
It's
Pyke
lives it.
Oh my gosh, the Seraphine ult. Look the Pyke,
Oh,
the Pyke is dead.
That's huge for Bensap now.
Yeah.
2-0. Wow. Getting a little bit of stacks onto that the ring. So, you know, that Magi's.
Yeah, the Dark Seal.
Yeah, the Dark Seal. So the Magi's already starting to build up a little bit. But that is just now Seraphine. I feel it's just not Seraphine. Gwen feels just so much farther ahead right now, despite having CS disadvantage. Right, that gold differential between these junglers has got to be at least at like a 500 gold deficit.
It's
I'd
about
guess.
there, right? About a 500 gold or about a 500 gold advantage for Oakland, right?
Yeah.
And we're looking, some chip damage there on the Bensep, looking to move towards this Drake, as they actually do trade Grubs for Drake. Kind of interesting.
It's a little dangerous, right? But like, I don't know if you'd want to potentially do that. And we have a lane swap here.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good, right? They want to play for Grubs. Converse is going to look to secure those 6 Grubs for this Bessa and for the Syndra as well. It's quite massive, if I do say so. But, I mean, they pick up Cloud Drake, and I don't know, not too much else, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and now it's just time for that, like the kind of like the nature of the lane swap, right? And Bessa now down in that bot lane, she's going to be forced into like this 2-versus-1 scenario until we have we see Shaggy and Bully kind of go up there to match.
They're looking to, after this all in, they're looking to dive top. The execute doesn't quite connect.
I am actually genuinely shocked that the execute did not happen. That Seraphine had should have just almost been at that threshold.
Yeah, and here comes the cavalry from Oakland to back up this play, and it looks like the bot lane from Converse is going to back here. However, during all of this, right, Bully's been getting solo XP.
Yeah.
I don't know how much farther ahead they are from Converse's ADC, but I would imagine it's a little bit more.
Yeah.
We see Bensep looking to clear bot again. Just clear maybe towards this Drake that's spawning in a minute. Shaggy is spotted on a blue ward, so they know that the support from Oakland is heading bot lane. Looks like lanes are going to be mirrored again.
Yeah, we're going right back to game start for these lanes. And I think, like you said, like there is a big advantage here for Bully use Sivir down in this bot lane, right? That's Essence Reaver done. That is such an essential item for Sivir to be able to start kind of feeling like a real champion in a lot of ways. Oh my God. Big brawl happening.
Yeah, here's an all in. Actually, there's the ult comes through. Lezek does hit the Q. Any ease? Ease? Nope. Looks like Ego. Oh, actually, the Pantheon ult comes through also. Lezek gets to the safety of tower, almost did.
Just barely.
Yeah.
You tell he was probably just waiting for that cooldown to just come off so he could get the haymaker and have that shield, but just a little too slow on the cooldown. Unfortunate.
Yeah, that's kind of massive again. Now as we see, the Pantheon does actually get, it does even now out the gold lead, and they get First Blood Tower. So this is going to be First Blood Tower, and I believe also, yes, so it looks like Converse does have Feats of Strength, right? They have both kills and tower. So I think those upgraded boots here also very shortly.
Yeah, Feats of Strength definitely unlocked here on the side of Converse.
Yeah, and it looks like Shaggy backing on that ward, so Converse is going to know exactly where they're looking to go next, and you can see the pings already in the mini-map, looking to play for that bot tier 1. Oakland, not really much to play for in terms of towers. There's a lot of defending having to go on right now. Not too much tempo on the map. We're going to have to see.
Yeah. Now here, we're heading into that 15-minute mark, right? So we're pretty much starting to enter this mid-game, right? It is only, it's like a 3,000, it's like a 3,000 gold deficit right now. So obviously that First Blood turret, having both of the, we're getting probably a lot of plates out of it too. And just the nature of kills, right? So that's kind of why we're seeing a sizable advantage here.
That W blocked Shaggy's engage actually. Now Sivir has to burn exhaust and Shaggy gets hooked again.
There was a lot of resources burned on the side of Oakland here to avoid getting that kill.
Yeah, that's really rough. And I mean, this is really good that Hensep gets a side lane now to just farm on, but he's still down CS and XP, right? This Seraphine needs quite a lot of time to be able to catch back up. Does complete that Roa, maybe looking to complete this this
Archangel staff.
Archangels, next also. So
I'm gonna go for that Seraph's Embrace to get into Archangel, or Archangel staff into Seraph's Embrace. Like 255 points into it. You're You're about 100 off at this point, so
Wait,
getting
Ari's
pretty
broken.
close.
The summon Ari actually just spotted Wazek in the bush there. That was crazy. So now Oakland looking to try to take their jungle again. They see this Pike. However, I don't think they're going to get much done from it. The Pike misses. TP coming out from the Syndra on Converse. They're looking to play for this Rift Herald. Oakland.
And this is a big fight here. I think Oakland needs to get this Rift Herald, because if they don't, right, that's going to be just a lot of pressure that this Converse squad is going to be able to do on to the Oakland side in these side lanes.
Yeah, they are going to be able to secure this Rift Herald. However, Drake actually not spawning for a little bit still, right? They need to look to play probably for this bot tier 1, maybe is what their idea is.
Yeah, dragon spawning in 3 seconds, so Oakland already kind of trying to prep for it, but they got to watch out. Right now, they are just
Shaggy.
Converse is on the hunt. Big Seraphine ult just to get a lot of pressure, but we do have
a Shaggy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the W.
Okay,
Look at this. Yep, the Syndra dead.
in.
Was that coming in? Here comes all
Wazek
this.
ult is down, so this is a lot. This is going to be pretty rough. Oh, and that's an execute from the Pike. Gonna get a lot of functional, but you know, here comes the cavalry. Right here's Bensap getting that kill potentially.
Oh,
onto
doesn't
the
get
Pantheon.
the R2. Yeah. I
And
mean,
if that Ashe oversteps, right, that's going to be death for.
Oh,
he
the Pike
whiffs.
misses.
Actually, this is such a huge turnaround right now. Oh my gosh. This almost is a reverse ace.
Oh, no.
What an amazing flash by Hope One. Oh my god.
Something that we missed there also is that the Ashe used the arrow onto the Sivir, so Wazek was able to just free hit with Bensap when they got into fight. Oakland also does secure second Drake, so that's kind of massive for trading Rift Herald, right? I mean...
Yeah, and it's Chemtech Soul is what I think that's what I just saw.
Yep.
Yep. Very scary soul.
It definitely can be for Oakland to have, right? That health regen is really, really nice. Converse is going to be looking to play for this mid-tier 1. It's so low they have Rift Herald. They're going to probably try to siege quite a bit. Maybe
honestly, they probably try to take 2 right here.
Yeah, I would imagine, right?
6 Grubs and Rift Herald. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's one. They actually haven't even used Herald yet.
They didn't even drop Shelly.
So,
It looks like they might try to drop Shelly in this bot lane, right? Gonna take this turret down here, the bot tier 1 that is, and then we'll see possibly Pantheon drop the
that's an Oracle lens. They already did drop her. I don't remember where.
Oh, really?
It was. Yeah. I don't remember. I didn't see when they dropped it, but nonetheless, right? So this
maybe it was in
tier 2,
that top lane, right? Because look at that, that's 2 turrets.
Yeah,
down
maybe.
at top.
I mean, nonetheless, they're gonna look to siege towards this bot tier 2. No Gwen W. That's kind of a big ultimate, or not ultimate, big ability. It feels like an ultimate sometimes, right?
Yeah.
These 6 grubs though, devastating for that tower.
Yeah,
Look
they
at
are
that.
just absolutely melting that tower.
Yeah, but as we see this, right, Oakland has, even with all this tower damage, even with that fight and both top turrets going down, Oakland still keeps this. Oh,
and Wazek says, I do not care about...
gold.
Yeah, Wazek does not care about his health because he's going to get that turret, and he just absolutely destroys that Ashe. And now he's just, all right, he tried to fight again. Who cares? I sacrificed it. That was 1,000 gold injected into Wazek's wallet.
Oh my gosh, Stridebreaker just off. Stridebreaker and gets the Swifties, right? So looking to come out towards maybe play for this Drake in 2 minutes, I think is what Oakland's plan will be, trying to get this bot tier 1, maybe even push the mid tier 1. We're going to see what Oakland can end up doing. Otacon also spawning very, very shortly, right? 5 seconds. I believe it is Ruinous Otacon, so Roses coming through.
Oh boy, that adaptive force is going to be so necessary. Imagine if Oakland is able to secure the Otacon, and then they also manage to get this Chemtech Soul. That is just all the stats in the world you would love to have heading into a late game.
Yeah, but if Converse can secure that Otacon, 6 grubs with Otacon buff, literally one-shots towers, basically.
That's disgusting.
Because grubs is a neutral objective, right? So it gets the 25% buff.
Does it actually?
Yeah, it does.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I actually did not know that grubs get to benefit from that.
Yes. Yep. Any neutral objective, I don't know if it includes like red-blue buff, but it definitely includes Drakes and grubs.
Pantheon and Pike on the hunt in the jungle.
Yeah,
And
some vision contests.
yeah, you can tell that Converse is just trying to set up their own vision deep
Oh.
into this Oakland side because they have to stop the fast track to Dragon Soul, right?
Yeah. I mean, Oakland, right, 2 dragons, so you need 2 more. Chemtech, while not necessarily... Oh, misses actually the stun onto the Sivir, and no really play will come through here. There's a Seraphine also.
Ooh, that's going to
Converse
be a...
goes through.
Yep, that's a free tower. That's, my gosh, that's 5 of them.
Yep,
That's 5 in that bot side, right? But look at Wizek
Yeah,
up
look
in that
Wizek,
top
that's what I
lane,
was about
right?
to say,
Starting
right?
that split push. And you can tell Pantheon already went back, but he's not even going to try and contest and stop the push from Wizek. He's actually just going straight to mid lane.
Yeah, looking to probably clear this wave a bit and also play towards that Drake, right? 18 seconds. Oakland definitely wants to take the fight here. They have the ults. They have the
Pantheon
summoners.
ulting in, going in after Wizek.
Yeah, Wizek actually kind of caught out a little bit here, but the W
Big
takes
haymaker.
out that
That
Pike is dead.
Yep. And now here comes a potential big fight, right? Wizek being gone for this upcoming team fight, it does hurt Oakland a lot, but you know, that is on the other side of the coin, right? That's Pike gone from this next upcoming fight. So
Yeah.
Pike not being there, also very huge for this Oakland team.
Yeah, it means not a lot of vision for the side of Converse, but that's a lot of damage gone, right? Was Zek kind of an important part with the
It's a big piece of
Strikebreaker?
the puzzle.
I mean, nonetheless, I think that Converse is just going to look to probably set up a little bit still, right? The support is back on map. Oh, the public execution does come through, and yep, that's Bensep down actually. Didn't quite get the W off, and that means Drake will go over to Converse here as Wozek just respawns.
Yep, and that Drake stood no chance. My gosh, it melted
and
so
Otacon.
fast, but it does look like Otacon's going to be here.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do is on the side of Oakland, right? You have no Gwen to come in through Smite. That's a Pantheon with Q Smite. I mean, it's quite a lot of damage, right?
Yeah. The only chance, right, is like you make like there's like maybe a miracle thing because you know this Otacon is lowering a lot of the stats on that Converse side, but before you even can think about trying to come in for a hero play, Otacon's gone, the roses have bloomed, and Converse takes it all.
Yeah, I mean, Oakland just looking to push out waves again, try to maybe play towards this Baron, I suppose, although you're probably not going to look to play it on spawn. You don't have really much Baron damage on your comp. The Navori Flicker Blades finish for Bulliu will add some nice power to these team fights. However, those Ashe items looking really dangerous right now, right?
Yeah.
This Mbessa also has Last Whisper, right? So, I mean, this armor that Wozek doesn't have definitely is going to get shredded.
Yeah, and you see, well, Wozek has opted into Hull Breaker, so he knows his role is stay away from team.
Yep.
Unless it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna. The thing about this Gwen also now, right? She had a big spike at the beginning, but she's been sitting on these 2 items for quite a while. The siege does come through for mid tier 2, but they don't quite get it. So now everyone looks to back off a little bit, try to get some more vision in the jungle here is Converse.
Yep. And that Pike looking to try and get a big hook over the wall just to try and guess where they are standing on that open side. Ooh, big. Ooh, okay. I wasn't sure what was going to happen there, but, you know, like...
The arrow, but it is blocked by Shaggy.
Clutch, but, you know, that's some big utility that's just now down.
Yeah, no Ashe arrow for this Baron. And... Oh, this Pike just being so annoying, right? I mean, there's a ward on Shaggy here, so he's gonna get canceled. Yeah, I mean, it's just so annoying, right? They're gonna push for this tier 2, maybe get it. Oh, the Seraphine ult does actually hit Syndra.
I cannot believe
That's a
that
target. Yep, right there.
Syndra's gone. I cannot believe that was just I cannot believe that actually made contact. Right? She looked so out of the hitbox, but.
Yeah, Flash has to be used by the Ashe there also. So now Oakland looking to play a little bit back, clear these waves, clear the vision, and then look to maybe push towards Baron after getting some more spending. We're going to see nonetheless. I think that Converse is going to look to maybe open top, right? They're going to look to get this vision now that Oakland has the tempo advantage through. Although I say that really, but I mean, they're still pushed in quite a lot. Right? There's a
Yep.
lot of vision around Baron. Wazek on the side lane, like we said with the Hull Breaker, trying to push some more lanes, just get as much farm as possible.
Now, at this point right now, is there still an objective bounty on to that bottom tier 1?
There's not.
Okay.
Nope. No objective bounties.
Oh, are they gone?
Yep.
Okay.
They're all gone. So, I mean, Oakland now slides a little bit further. Oh, actually, Shaky's gonna. Oh, Shaky just gets out. Look at that.
That was kind of crazy. The dodge. I wonder if it was because his character was jumping up.
Maybe. Yeah. Z-axis thing.
Yeah.
High ground, low ground thing. This Pike is gonna look for a play maybe onto this tier 2.
Taking
Look how
3
much
big
damage
turret
that
shots.
does. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, big ult again.
Oh, it actually hits onto the.
Huge.
onto
That
the-
should be an
oh my
absolutely
gosh.
destroyed
Now the
Syndra
Syndra's dead
overstepping.
again.
But now we got
Just
a
a second.
big. That
No flash
This is
Ash.
actually huge.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 2 for 0. A lot of
Pike.
ults burned, but that Pike should be gone here too.
Where's he
3,
going?
3 for 0. This is a Baron.
Yeah. Here's Baron.
Free Baron.
Yeah. I mean.
And Pantheon's still full health. Same with Ambessa.
Yeah, but look at Mbessa on mid wave.
But yeah,
right?
Ambessa pushing up that mid lane, right?
gonna
This
be-
is just going to be a free Baron here for Oakland University here. And honestly, that is a insane momentum switch.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of gold. However, Mbessa does get tier 3 and probably this inhib also, right? So
I don't know if she's going to be able to get that
she
inhib.
backs actually.
That-
Okay.
With how fast everybody's recalling, there's just no way, right? She's just got to get the heck out of there.
Yeah.
Just reset. She's got a lot of gold too, right? She just took 2 turrets.
Yep. She's sitting on about 2K right now when she's back in. Right?
Yeah.
So,
she's got an item in that. She's got like almost a full item probably.
an item and a quarter or a half.
Almost
three,
like half. Yeah.
half an item basically.
But, that's her fourth. She's building towards that 4th item too.
Yeah, I mean this Mbessa is crazy gold. Actually up 1,000 over Wazek. Wazek does finish that. I believe it's called.
That's I've never seen that.
It's called actually I forget what it's called. I'll find it in a second here. I'm pretty sure it's like Blood Mail. Yeah, Overlord's Blood Mail, right?
And that's a free.
Yeah, that's-
we got Baron.
I didn't even. What am I?
We got Baron. We got Chemdrake, right? So this is all like huge. And we got Wazek pushing the side lanes with Baron empowered minions. And he's Hull Breakered up. My gosh, he is looking just absolutely ready to just feed his wallet even more.
Yeah, not only is he looking like that, but the minions also get buffed with Hullbreaker now, right? So they get extra health. And I mean, they're probably gonna look to maybe even push this bot tier 1. Oakland just looking to push people out of their jungle, right?
Wazek does have his teleport, right? So in the event that like there is a skirmish that starts in that top side jungle,
Yep.
he can just get over there real fast, like as fast as he can. But like he can get over there. Both teleports online for both
kill
of
for
these
Wazek,
players.
actually. The stun actually doesn't connect there. He just ults through tower. The public execution does come out, and yep. The Pantheon ult, however,
Pantheon
also
ult,
goes
that's
there.
actually
So that's a
massive.
tier 1. This is maybe a tier 2. I don't know if this Ashe can
Cannot
prevent this.
defend this.
So that's 2 towers for Wazek's life. I think it's
And
pretty good.
the Panth ult, like that's Panth ult down, that is public execution down.
Yep.
So those are 2 key ults gone.
Yeah, I mean, not only 2 key ults, right, but Zab's Pantheon ult is a global, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, now side lanes are even more open for the next, minute or so, right? It allows Wazek now to open up top lane, probably. Look to push maybe that tier 3 or even towards inhib also, pending Oakland's setup right now, right? So it
Yeah.
looks like Hensep's going to catch the bot wave, look to move towards mid. Everyone's going to play a little bit of ARAM for a bit, I think, and then maybe we'll call it a day once Baron spawns. We're going to see. I think that both teams, actually, as we see this now, Gwen does finish that Seeker's Arm Guard and also has the Needless Rod for Zonya's. Hensep actually looking to build support items now also. I would have expected him to go Leandry's at some point in this build, but maybe not. Or, I guess... Well, Public Execution misses a little bit private there, actually. Hensep, with that W, the ult, actually, the second ult misses. Ooh, it was the third one.
You know, I think if she misses
Oh,
it,
no spell shield. Oh my gosh, wait, he does so much damage.
I mean, you think about it, this is a 3.5 item Sivir. with the items she's got, right? This is actually just she's almost in her final form.
Bensap's going in deeper. Use the arm guard.
Big
yeah, here comes
ult by
Wozek ult though.
They are just absolutely scrapping, and this is Oakland on the verse of almost. Yeah, this is almost looking like a potential ace, but that Ambassa is going to be able to get away.
Yeah.
But you know, Wozek going back down to that bot lane, going to get that final tier 1 turret that has been evading his destruction. And we've got Bully U and Hensap and Shaggy marching down that mid lane, and they want to clear this. This is going to be such a fast clear with just Sivir and Seraphine here, so they could just start doing a lot of damage to this tier 1 or this tier 3 tower.
I don't think they're going to get it though. Ego's here to clear the wave, and that wave is gone.
He got punished 50% of his health.
Yeah, I mean, Wozek does get tier 1, maybe look to push tier 2. However, this Pike is going to be able to move over pretty fast. I don't know. Wozek has to be pretty safe. Oh my gosh, those Qs doing so much damage.
Oh, the execution.
Let's come through. The hook also.
Not going to get the
Wozek,
execute.
oh, he does get the ult. Oh my gosh.
Is he going to turn around on Pike? No, he just walks. Yeah. He just walks out of the Pike execute just to get killed by the Ambessa.
Yeah, I mean, Wozek knew he was dead. Does actually manage to pick up that tier 2 tower, so adds a lot of gold. Does have Sterix now also, so even more survivability on this set.
Yeah.
However, this Ambessa does finish the Validic Sword. That's a lot of damage coming through.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage going on in this Ambessa right now.
Yeah, but I mean, nonetheless, still, right? Gwen finishes the Zonios, and also Sivir finishes LDR, right?
That's big.
Yeah, so this Ambessa is gonna get shredded a lot. This Pantheon gonna get shredded a lot. That Pike, as we saw last fight, one shot, unironically, I think.
Yeah. Something that's notorious where Pike is the one that's usually doing the crazy one shots when he gets his full like QWER.
Yeah.
When he gets to play his piano keys. But wow.
I mean,
there's a huge gap right now between just where this Sivir is and where this Ashe is. Ashe right now is kind of just a unofficial, official like alt bot.
Yep.
Just hey, I shoot arrow, please follow.
Yeah. Well, also now we look at this, right? Oakland's caught up on gold, basically, right?
Yeah.
So that 5K gold deficit goes basically away. They're gonna give up this Drake, I would imagine. Yep. Yeah. So give it up to this Drake to take towards bot side. Yep. Take towards bot side, or I'm sorry, towards top side river.
Yeah. I get that Baron Prio.
I mean, yeah, we'll see. I think that this Pantheon is going to back and maybe finish Randuin's. Oh, I'm sorry, not Randuin's. What's that's going to finish the Locket? That's what he's going?
For who?
For Pantheon with the
Aegis
Shield?
Legion,
yeah.
I believe does going to Locket.
I would be surprised if he builds Locket. I feel like that's not something that's built on Pantheon, but I don't know. Oh, he actually just backs for wards.
Actually, does Aegis Legion go into Locket? I mean, it probably goes into a few items, right?
It doesn't go into Locket, actually. It's, I meant to have this pulled up, but this is me not knowing my, item build trees.
Right? There's so many. It could be, it goes into Zeke's Convergence, which is most likely what he's going to be doing.
Yeah, probably.
Or Unending Despair.
I think.
I don't know if he'd go for Unending Despair.
Well, he built a Zeke's Convergence with a belt. Is it belt and nonetheless, fight here mid. Here comes Shaggy with the engage. Big W onto Zav. This Pantheon looking to take a lot of damage here. Benzap is there. However, the execute does come out from the Pike, and Ego is in the back line too. However, that Pike dead.
Just gone.
Yeah, Bully, you full HP still, actually.
And Ego had to retreat because he just knows there was no way he was going to be able to get out of that.
Yeah, this Ashe is caught a little bit. Although, oh my gosh, what a big... that was a huge Syndrome W. Wozek still here? The W comes out, but can't get the spacing Ashe. Does just stand there and emote, actually. A bit deep from Oakland. It's caught from Fog of War there. This Syndra with a triple kill, catching with the W on the side. Kind of a tough fight for Oakland. That probably isn't Baron with these people, but maybe they can look to clear this wave and move towards it. That Pantheon does have ult, so maybe look to just move forward a little bit, and Pantheon ults in. With this Ace, I mean, this inhib gone, so that's mid inhib, right? I mean, it's a little bit rough.
Definitely is a little bit rough.
Yeah, this gold lead climbing again, now at 3,000. And is going to climb more, right, with this Baron buff. Oakland just needs to look to clear waves, try to survive, right? Souls in 2 minutes for Oakland. However, as we said before with Oakland, right, Converse also really likes this sustain that Chemtech brings, right?
Yeah.
This Mbessa is going to be kind of an issue. However, as we say that, right, this Pike now is starting to fall off a bit, right? So, I mean, is going to be able to follow up with these public executions, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do anything necessarily about themselves, right?
Yeah. Now both teams starting to gather in that mid lane, right? This is the quickest way for this Converse team to get into that base and take out the Nexus is going to be marching right up that mid lane. So they're looking to clear all that type of vision that Oakland has set up in that blue side of their jungle, and they are going to be doing their, like, Converse is just starting their final march.
Yep. Yeah, they're clearing, they're playing 4-1. Looks like this Mbessa just sitting top, however, is going to be met with this Pantheon. As this top tier 3 might just go down, however, no. Looks like the wave clear is good enough. Looking to siege towards mid now is this Ashe pushing into Oakland's base. Oakland moves towards it, clearly super minions. Needs to go back top to clear this Mbessa. Wazek meets her. See if anything will happen. Now Converse is playing towards bot with that wave that Pike is pushing, taking tier 3 probably in the next couple of seconds here. And Oakland's going to need to look to try to hold this off. Wazek and Hensep actually here to look to clear waves. Now a 3v4 is bot lane, and there's tier 3. There's in him. Maybe looking to siege.
Those Void Grubs, man, just doing so much damage onto the objectives.
Oh, the public execution does come through. Wazek takes a
Big
lot of damage. Here comes the charm, though, on the Ego. Oh, my gosh.
Ego manages to get out of it by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, this...
Resurrecting.
Oh, this Syndra doing so much damage with
those.
those.
Benzap hits the zap. Oh, but, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Big execute.
Oh, my gosh, another one. Just so many ults being used. That Syndra hitting the execute onto, I believe it was Benzap.
Yeah.
And then the W just stuns everyone. And this is going to be game 1
that's
going to
be
Converse.
an ace. And like you said, game 1 should be going over here to Converse unless there's just something crazy that happens.
Yeah, I mean, we've been here before, right? Oakland lost game 1 before. That's the only game that we lost during the regular season. Been here, done that. I mean, going into next game, right? A couple of things to be worried about if you're not Oakland, right? A lot of counters to a lot of our best champs down, right? Ashe, a really good champ, down. Pike, Shaggy, while liking to play these melee supports, also doesn't really like playing into Pike necessarily, right? So that's down. Syndra, quite a big counter to some of Hensap's characters, right? Like the Orianna, stuff like that, down. So, I mean, on the side of Oakland, you have to be a little bit, you have to think about what else what else does Wazek have, right? We have the Darius, we have other bruisers, stuff like that. A pretty big champ down for Bully, but looking in the next game, maybe Hensap on a more comfortable, not necessarily comfortable character, but a character that maybe can do more, I guess, during laning phase too, right? But nonetheless, I think we're going to cut to a quick break and then get back into draft when it starts next.
All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and we are live into the draft for game number 2. Converse takes game 1, and it was honestly a pretty back and forth game.
Yeah, especially at the end there, right? Oakland makes back that 5K goal deficit, but does end up falling at the end to a couple of really tough plays. That Syndra doing quite a lot of work. But nonetheless, going into game 2 now, we see the actually exact same bands from Converse. Oakland picking red side also.
Yeah.
Looking
So
to
it's
ban.
same sides, too.
Yep, same sides, same bands from Converse.
Now, I know you are a little bit more up to date. I'm about like
Sure.
a patch and a half, maybe 2 patches behind on Summoner's Rift.
Yeah.
But Neferi apparently might be the new hotness. I've been hearing the players talk about it the last week or so. Apparently Neferi likely in the mid lane. Kind of a nemesis apparently.
It's actually a Neferi jungle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Neferi jungle. We played quite a lot in Pro League. Similar to Gwen, just an incredible base damage increase. I don't even know how it got past PTE. But
well, to be honest,
Riot.
Neferi has kind of really felt like a character since launch that's just really never existed or found their footing.
Yeah, I mean that might be for a reason. The W on Neferi is kind of disgusting, but
there's a lot of stuff in that kit that is pretty gross. As somebody who's played against that character in ARAMs before, and I'm like, wow, this character's kind of busted when they get going.
Definitely. I mean, looking into, I guess the rest of the bands, right? Jace and Rumble, both pretty powerful picks. But going into the actual picks from the characters, we actually have a Cho'Gath slam. Is that mid Cho'Gath?
It's heavy. I don't think I've ever. I bet if I looked up Wizx op.gg, there's probably 0 games on Cho'Gath.
Yeah. I mean,
but that Cho'Gath literally can flex between mid, top, and jungle if need be.
I think that's a 4-way flex, actually. I think Shaggy would play Cho'Gath support.
Bully you. Attack speed, Cho'Gath on E. Crazy.
Yeah, on hit Cho'Gath.
On hit Cho'Gath. That would actually be on paper, that would be such a funny, you know how there's that random, item generator?
Yeah.
You do that with Cho'Gath, and somehow you got on hit Cho'Gath. You're like, hold on, but why does this cook a little bit?
Why does this? I don't think it does.
Yeah, I don't think so.
We
could be innovators.
we could be. Yeah, we could pave the path.
Yeah, pave the way. Get out of bronze with this easy method. Cho'Gath 80 carry.
What was it called? Skill capped. Yeah, we're skill capped.
Yeah, this is our skill capped. This is our skill cap lesson on hit bot lane Cho'Gath. Trust.
Lisa Renata into Nico. They think that Nico is going support. Usually, what's Nico played? Usually, where Nico has played recently.
Yeah.
I mean, it could still go mid though, so we'll see. This Aatrox going top also. So now Oakland looking to either ban. We pretty much wherever this Cho'Gath is going, they're gonna look to ban it, right?
Yeah. The Cho'Gath is just actually the craziest thing because now we just know it's anything from mid up.
Yep. So Hui ban, right? Orianna ban. They're really targeting. Targeting Hensep.
I mean, it's the exact same bans coming out of Converse this game. This makes me wonder what the bans were when we played against Converse over in Windsor at the Saints Gauntlet series. I wonder if they actually targeted Hensap as hard as they did over there here.
Yeah. I mean, who knows at this point, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was 3 weeks ago. I don't know how I don't think we were actually able to see picks and bans during
Ivern ban. Okay.
Whoa.
So Zin ban. Bensep does have some nice Zen plays, right?
They do not know that this is actually Cho'Gath jungle.
Yeah. I think that maybe,
I don't even know if it's Cho'Gath jungle.
Maybe this is just Renata mid,
Renata mid would be actually kind of crazy.
I guess we're gonna see, right? So on 4, Oakland's looking to pick. We need some AD. We don't necessarily need another tank. I imagine that Wizek's gonna play, if he's not playing Cho'Gath, an AD bruiser.
Probably Darius. Lilia.
So
okay.
Lilia.
So it's
not jungle.
Cho'Gath jungle.
Not jungle. And Lilia here, actually a pretty good pick, right? Nico, Aatrox don't have very large range. So these Q and R's are gonna be this QR is gonna be really really nice. The Volibear hover, I think is a little bit interesting. This is gonna be a Volibear jungle probably. Nocturne actually swapped.
Whoa.
Ooh.
And the Nocturne pick, that's a steal. Like, what's crazy is, like, that is technically a steal from Bensap, but Bensap locked in the Lilia.
Yeah, I mean they also banned Orianas, right?
Aurora.
So okay.
And that Aurora pick, that is a nail in the coffin on just soloing out Hensap. So they truly are gambling that this is a Cho'Gath top.
Mhm.
If they,
I mean, that's a pretty tough matchup into Aurora, right? So
yeah, I mean Aurora could also technically flex top, but
I don't
all
think
right,
that you see an Aatrox going mid. Oh, Garen.
Garen. So it is
Okay.
it is Cho'Gath
Yeah,
mid.
it's a Cho'Gath mid.
Cho'Gath mid.
I mean, again, like last game, right?
Yeah.
Hensap, really tough lane phase, but I mean, they're going to be able to fight over objectives now, right? Cho'Gath obviously like really really good for neutral objectives. I mean, I guess we'll see where everything and what everything goes to. Maybe Oakland looks to play more towards grubs.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see, right? Obviously, you don't want to give the enemy team 6, but I mean,
Yeah. Now I'm gonna look at this Oakland University composition real quick. Pretty, I would say it's really focused on magic damage, seeing as we have the Lilia, the Cho'Gath, and Renata. Bruiser, semi-sustain, and Garen gonna definitely be playing that split push style that we're really used to seeing out of Wizek probably.
yeah,
But I now think, what do we go? We're in the team fights, right? We have Lilia, sleep. We have Cho'Gath, single target, silence for the most part. Pray for a good knockup. Does not really. It's Oakland really feeling like they're kind of it's their turn to play that front to back style, because you look at what's coming here on the side of Converse, right? The only real tanky, big, sustaining character is just that Aatrox. Nico is Nico's kind of tanky, but squishy. Nocturne, very squishy. That's like Nocturne is going to point, click, and try and execute this Kais on the back line whenever ult is up. And then it's Ezreal and Aurora, both of them rather small. So this is going to be like who can have their carry not get popped first.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that is like really, really tough, I think, is that Converse is playing like pretty much just a dive comp, right? Nico, Nocturne, Aurora. Ezreal is really there just for poke, also just a pretty good all-around champ.
Yeah.
Aatrox is gonna, I think, instead of frontlining, is gonna look for these TP plays, try to get some flanks onto this backline with the Renata and the Kaisa.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm a little bit confused on in terms of Oakland's comp is the Kaisa pick, actually. I know that Bully is really, really good on Kaisa.
Very
right?
good
one of his better characters. But Kaisa's really played in dive comps a lot, right? And there really isn't any engage on the side of Oakland. So
yeah, it's going to really come down to those Renata ults, I think.
I mean, even then, right? Like, Kaisa's going to ults and then be the only one in, right? Like, the Garen, if Wazek goes like, which I imagine he will, but if he goes like Phase Rush, he can get some good move speed through.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Cho'Gath really is going to want to play front to back. Lilia is also going to want to play more or less front to back and then, try to get the Qs and then sleeps.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, maybe some bowling balls into sleeps, but nonetheless. I mean, the Kaisa with Ws are still going to be doing a lot of poke damage, especially versus Ez, but I don't know how much he's going to be able to get done in terms of team fight, to be honest.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah.
But,
now let's look forward down the timeline, right? Who might have, because last game I would consider it late game, right? We had 2 Barons. Dang near had Dragon Soul.
Yep.
So it almost went the distance. It was a pretty long game. It was like a 40-minute.
Yeah.
Now, if we get to that 40-minute situation here, what team do we think, just looking at both sides, Converse and Oakland, when we get to that late game, what are we thinking? What team are we thinking is a little bit more built for late game? And I think I'm favoring Oakland on that late game just because of that Lilia, the the dot damage is crazy.
Yeah, the Lilia damage, I'm more so looking actually at the Cho'Gath and Garen, right? That's just free scaling, right? On your health, on your armor, on your MR.
Hmm.
Kai'Sa also a pretty nice scaling champ. It's more or less if this Aatrox and Aurora are left unmatched, right?
Okay.
If the Aurora is able to run, then she's going to be able to one-shot, basically whoever she
Yeah.
wants. This Aatrox also probably the same way, right? With World Ender, with ults, right? Insane health regen, insane lifesteal.
Yeah.
I mean, the Lilia and the Renata will definitely help with this Aatrox dive, right?
Mhm.
But still, it's just a lot of just raw damage from the entire set of Converse.
Yeah.
I do think the scaling, though, Cho'Gath and Garen, pretty safe scaling.
Yep. All right, guys. That's going to be it for our draft analysis. We're going to cut it to a quick break, and we get back from that break, we will be in game number 2, ready for you guys to see who, if Converse is potentially going to Florida, or if Oakland gets to put their flag in the ground and said, no, we're not out yet.
Reverse sweep incoming.
Reverse 2-0. All right, guys. We'll be right back.
Power through the tournament with the high-quality protein Milk provides to stay energized and focused throughout the game.
Oakland University Credit Union is here to help you power up your financial game. Whether you're aiming to upgrade your gear or conquer your savings goals, OUCU has the tools you need. With awesome savings accounts, cashback reward credit cards, and an easy-to-use app, we're here to help you win both on and off the screen. Not a member? Not a problem. Visit us on campus or online at oucreditunion.org. Oakland University Credit Union, because leveling up shouldn't stop your gaming. Proud sponsor of Oakland University Athletics, federally insured by the NCUA.
Already back in it. Solo for just a minute or two here. Looks like a topside Gambit maybe here by Zav, looking to play in that brush. Maybe look towards, maybe just placing a ward, but also invading a little bit. I mean, I don't think Nocturne has a very good level 1, but we'll see nonetheless. Shaggy is here also for this play, so maybe Oakland knows about Converse's setup here. Nonetheless, we're going to see. So, Oakland does see Aurora very, very close. Maybe looking to place this ward. She does. I think it gets cleared. Just does. Yep, there it is. It does get cleared just now. So, obviously, standard lane's coming through. Nothing's happened, obviously. Minute and a half,
it's like
so.
minions just spawned. They're just getting to lane, just like me getting back to the desk after getting some water. Me and minions the same.
Yeah. Looking to start opposite sides now, actually, as Converse clearing up. Ooh, bit of an all in here by Zach. Actually, just kidding. Only Q, level 1s.
Silenced him.
Bull, you played really far up here. This Nico does have that front brush, although it gets pushed back a little bit by these Kaisa Qs.
Yep. And now it does look like Nico started with the Q bomb, and it's kind of like one of those things, right? When you know Nico's got the Q, especially here at like level 1, when once she's thrown it, she's got nothing. So if you're Bully, you just walk up and you just auto attack her, punish her for like missing the free throw.
Yeah, but Bully, you did have to take a super bad base there, actually. Ends up losing a lot of health and now also a lot of minions, right? This is really, really rough for bot lane. And top lane also pushed in a bit here. NSAP going to have a pretty tough lane, especially versus Aurora.
Yeah, it's range versus melee.
Yep, classic.
A tale as old as time.
NSAP does have experience in this, obviously, with the Galio, but Galio a little bit more tanky just innately. Cho'Gath does have to scale a little bit. Lilia does pick up some CS in the meantime, though, trying to catch
We're already seeing this Lilia make her way down into that bot lane, trying to finish up that big Gromp, but not going to get that.
Yeah, I mean, both junglers just looking to finish up clears here, maybe looking to play towards Scuttle afterwards, and then maybe look towards ganks. Both lanes will be looking pretty safe for the time being. However, with that being said, Wazek will be on a push out if this Nocturne finishes his clear. So we're going to see if... Oh, that minion recalling.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Sometimes I love when you see the Nikos just actually take the form of the minions, and they actually like really do a good job of like actually acting like a real minion.
Yeah. Oh.
That was a really good. I forget what Renata's abilities. I always forget the name of them.
The handshake is the hook.
The
handshake
hook
is what hook is called. Bailouts are W. I don't know what her E is called, but I probably should. I'm a Renata player also.
You fake character player.
I guess so.
Oh, they do not know that Bensab is here.
Oh,
Huge.
Look at this.
Oh, but that's a flash by Nico.
Yep.
That they must have been so shocked to see that Nico come out of the brush.
Yeah, see the Lilia come out there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with that, now Nocturne knows that Lilia is bot side, does recall, looks to open top, try to get the second clear going on. Top lane, very, very volatile. Both of these players are just whacking at each other. Zek, however, taking a little bit more of the damage here, also quite a bit down in terms of CS. Down about 100 gold based off of that CS as well. So, I mean, it seems like a tough lane. Here comes a, here comes a gank actually. The Nocturne. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's a lie. Is it a lie?
For what?
That is. Oh, they're all three here. Yeah. So Nocturne is here. Oh my gosh, that WQ. Here's the arcane shift. And Bull, you punish it all. The flash does come through. Oh my gosh, Shaggy lives on I think 25 HP.
Yeah, and that's 2 flashes burned by Converse in an attempt to get that kill onto Shaggy.
Yeah. So the Ezreal uses, the Nocturne uses, and now there's no flashes for Drake or for Grubs.
Yeah, the only summoner that's left down here in this bot lane is just that cleanse. But okay.
Yeah, but as we say that, right? This, like I was saying that in draft, right? 2 things that can kind of throw a wrench in Oakland's comp is Aatrox and this Aurora, right? The Aatrox up actually a lot of gold already, right? Looking at
16 CS advantage right now. That's 2 waves.
Yeah, looking at about a 500 gold lead. Oh, does not quite steal that Gromp and fails flash. Oh no,
That's
the spell shield and the fear. First blood goes towards that Nocturne, right?
Like Bambi's mom right now. That's a stinker.
Does pick up the Faded Ashes, so add some clear. Oh my gosh, the Arcane Shift is just there. Oakland looking to play towards this bot side now, trying to look towards this Drake. Does trade grubs, though, as this Nocturne is going to be able to clear this. And we're going to see, actually, if Oakland can make it there in time. I don't know if Bensap is going to be able to get to Drake in time.
I don't think so. Well, to Drake, yes. Grubs, absolutely not.
No. Grub's definitely gone, but... so, does start... Oh, my gosh, the electrocute, actually. Oh, the handshake, the cleanse gets used, the flash through from Bullyu,
Yep,
and that's a
good.
kill.
Absolutely. Free kill. No arcane shift, no flash. Cleanse burned and honestly didn't really, it was like, okay, you got out a little bit earlier, but
Yep.
you delayed your, you delayed the gray screen just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that stun, though, onto Bullyu with the Q, as you were saying, a lot of damage. Bullyu does have to pop the, I believe, the potion.
Yeah, definitely had to use his pots to try and heal back
There's
up.
another route. This Nico actually doing some pretty serious damage for having just an amplifying tome. Shaggy having to pop the cookies now is going to look to move up and recall, probably grab a couple of items and then come back.
We are getting scrappy up in the top lane with Zek just trying to make a little bit of a comeback here. He is, like, I think what Zek recognizes how he's kind of far behind, especially by, like, his standards, right? Like, we're so used to seeing him sit up in this top lane and really be the one that's applying so much pressure, but this Garen is just not able to kind of deal with a lot of the range and movement that comes out of Aatrox's kit.
Well, I mean, another minus. Doesn't actually get the cannon either. Was that kind of having a tough issue with this, right? Down 7K gold right now in top.
7K?
Oh, I'm sorry, 7K, 700.
I was like,
shoot,
7K?
sorry, 700
I was
gold.
like, dang,
My bad.
I did not know that
700
he
gold.
has such an insane gold bonus.
He does not
from-
have a passive that gives him gold.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
passive
700.
gold.
Oh, here comes the Aatrox ult actually. Looks to all in top. The flash does come through, misses Q3, and that is going to be back. However, the
buddy.
Nocturne is here. Lights out, but I don't think he has vision. True Shot Barrage does hit on the Bullyu.
Actually
Let's
trying
play
to
a little
find that
safer.
vision. Not going to get it, though.
Yeah.
So close.
In the meantime, Wazek is able to back, however, is going to lose some more plates here top. Bensap does catch a little bit of the wave, but is going to recall now and look to open up bot. Get the Scuttle Crab, maybe play towards bot lane. He's getting pushed in. Other than that, I mean, Oakland down only 1,000 right now. We're going to see as Shaggy is going to look to try to take control of this bot center bush. It's kind of a powerful place, especially for melee champs, right? Not that Nico is a melee champ, but more of a close range mage, you know. Actually, Bullyu gets rooted and gets hit with a W there, but the Mystic shot does go wide. It's not enough to kill. Here comes a little bit of scuffle in the bot tri-brush also, as Hensep and Duckman are here from mid lane, dropping a little bit of creeps. Nocturne is going to be there to maybe contest Hensep on the way back, but no. And it looks like, actually, Converse is going to look to maybe invade. No, they're backing up and looking to move towards mid, as Hensep does have flash here for this play. And
Ult is not online for Nocturne, so it looks like Nocturne's just going to kind of like bow out, maybe potentially just go for a back, but no, stay. Ooh, the Thunderdome is down, but
yeah, the flash does have to come through from Hensap, however, is going to be able to live there and get those creeps. Now looking to maybe play
honestly,
for a back
I'm
here.
really impressed with how close this CS differential is for this mid lane.
Yeah, Hensap actually
Hensap
doing quite a
real
good job.
good job.
Right, is going to TP back here, not lose any real creeps, right?
Yeah, nothing really substantial, right? The fact that he had a cannon, like the cannon was there, right, definitely made it a lot easier and almost guarantees where he gets to stay at that CS.
Yeah, does need to hit. He's going to probably say feast and look towards to play for these grubs, as he's going to get caught out a little bit here by the Aurora. I don't know if Converse is really able to fight this too much, right? Here comes the Nocturne ult. The Nico ult does hit only one. The Nocturne ult onto the Cho'Gath.
Oh, but
the
that's
feast
up.
does come through, and Hensep actually kills Zev. Here comes Ego on with the World Ender. The sleep proc maybe onto the Aurora. No, looks like everyone's going to be backing out here. The flash comes through from the Nico. Trying to kill Shaggy. Yep.
Balls. And just like that, even it's a 1-for-1. but this is Converse being able to stop the grubs. What?
Yeah, I think they're actually try
Yeah,
to
it
look
looks
to take
like
this.
they're just going to be able to get all of them. Oh, I mean, they'll have, what, 5?
Yeah, Bensap is just going to clear Frugs and then try to maybe help Bensap a little bit. But actually, it looks like Converse is leaving 1 open, although the Nocturne is returning, so I think that they're going to pick that up pretty soon here. I mean, 5 grubs is not as good as 6, right? So
Yeah.
that's nice. The sleep does get used there, actually, by Bensap as well, and Wazek is just here now laning against the Ezreal. It's a little bit...
A little rough.
a little bit more rough versus the Aatrox. Actually,
Yeah.
the Mystic shot, the no move dodge.
The no mix-up. That's teleport burned by the Aurora to get back into that mid lane.
Yeah.
So a lot of I'm looking at these summoner spells. Nico flashed down. She flashed trying to get that flash ult at the fight for grubs. Aatrox burned his flash super early on in the fight because of World Ender trying to get probably like a flash knockup. And Smite's down for jungler and teleport. So actually both summoners are down for Nico. So it's like the resources are there, but I think the necessary ones to contest super hard on this Drake are not.
Yeah. I mean, not only is the is like everything like you said down, but the smite being down is kind of a huge thing, right? As Bensep does have the smite. I don't think that Oakland believes that they can fight this though, and I partially agree with them, right? This Aurora finishing the Black Torch is quite a lot of damage.
Yep.
And I mean, all that Hensep has here actually is just the Shurelias, right? So actually, he's gonna get Alden top a little bit. Those Q doing so much damage. Oh my gosh, the QE. And Oakland looking to just back up a little bit. I think that both teams kind of just staging, trying to get some more prio. Look to play towards this Drake, I'd imagine. Cloud Soul, or not Cloud Soul, but Cloud Drake, kind of a nice buff.
Yeah. We know how much Lilia loves just having that extra movement speed.
Yeah, extra move speed. We do see, however, that Oakland's gold deficit actually increases a little bit, right? This Aatrox getting so much is up now about 1,200 gold on Wazek, right? Wazek is needing quite a long time to get back into this. However, as I say that though, while being down 1,200 gold, does have, oh my gosh, Drake doesn't quite get finished. The Nocturne ult does come through. Lilia actually manages to get the Drake. However, top tier 1 down. Sleep does come through onto the Ezreal. Can anything happen? Oh no, Ezreal cleanses actually.
All right, that's a dead Nocturne.
That's a dead Nocturne.
But Aatrox looking like he's going to get... Aatrox did get that tier 1 up there.
Did get a tier 1. Oh, the ult comes through actually from Bully there to try to avoid anything the Aurora can do. Aurora does miss the E. And now everyone from Oakland continues to be safe. Zek, yeah, did end up losing that top tier 1. So, feats of strength actually not solved yet. As Oakland got the...
Yeah, the first 3 kills.
Right?
So that's big.
I mean, Oakland... Well, they didn't get all the grubs, so it's just objectives, right? Oakland's at 2 objectives. Converse at 1 objective, so we're going to see. I can check how much Hensap has, actually. Maybe. It doesn't tell us how much Feast, unfortunately, on this screen.
Unfortunate.
I don't know what happened to my screen here, but nonetheless.
Oh, well. But now we're just kind of seeing a return to neutral.
Yeah.
15 minutes in. Some of the early game fights are over. We're heading into this mid game now. And you see now it's just Hensap is matching whoever is currently pushing into that bot lane. You got Aurora going up top, so now you see Hensap making his way, walking up, taking the long road, not burning that teleport because he knows that keeping that TP for any of these potential mid-game fights is going to be very, very important here.
Yeah, Ego is here on bot tower trying to get his second tower. The World Ender does come through. However, Bensep is here. Is there going to be a sleep that comes through? Actually,
oh my
the
gosh,
Lily
that
ult is
damage
down.
over time is crazy, and
God.
that's a
Demacia.
just smitten out of existence.
Oh my gosh, here comes the Nocturne ult. So deep Shaggy, however,
Yep.
only person on that mid-tier 1, and that mid-tier 1 will go down.
That's going down for free.
I mean, Hensep is going to look to try to protect Tier 2 here a little bit, and I think he will. But we can look bot lane also as Wazek looking to push towards that Tier 1. Will end up hitting it. I don't know if he's going to be getting it or not. Looks like Rift Herald is going to go over towards Converse as well. Big silence on the tower there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Rift Herald, like we said, is going to go over towards...
Gonna be a Rift Herald for free there for Converse. But you know what? In response to getting the Rift Herald, Oakland does take that bot Tier 1, and Wazek backing out with a little bit of gold. Starting to slowly mitigate that gold differential. Matches the first item of Aatrox, getting their guard breaker for themselves.
Yep.
Has the upgraded boots ready. So honestly, Wazek, despite having a 40 CS differential, items evened up.
Yeah, this Ezreal, though, closing on that Triforce is going to be a lot of damage coming on to both. Here comes
big
this
silence.
Strybreaker. Yep, there's the E.
Shaggy coming in for an assist.
Yeah, the
Bowling ball just
misses.
barely misses the
Oh,
flash
flashes,
forward
yeah.
to try and get the handshake from Renata. Just whiffs.
Yeah, but the alternate here, no World Ender, no flash for Drake, right?
Yeah.
Drake in a minute 20. Actually, it looks like World Ender will just be up by the time that Drake spawns. And Hensep scaling, like we said, right? 5 stacks on that feast, so that health already going up quite a lot.
He's starting to get a little big.
With this, right? This Aatrox just pushing out more bot lane. Zek is just going to be there to catch in the end, but
Aatrox popping that ult just for the sheer threat of what it can bring.
yeah, I mean, just trying to live, right? That that World Ender increasing your lifesteal is kind of crazy. I mean, it's just so much.
Yeah.
But does back and actually completes the now Sundered Sky. So has Sundered Sky and Shojin. So, actually completes the Shojin there, sorry. Looking to move towards, actually TP's into that bot lane, right? Wazek now is going to get caught out. The Hot Blossom comes through into the Q1, Q2, Q3, and that's a dead Wazek.
There was nothing Wazek could do in that moment. The moment he got Hot Blossomed, he got feared, and it was gray screen. Oh, good dodge by Ezreal.
Yeah, there's a silence though. However, Phantom Star in there. The Aurora ult also in there. However, it's a big hostile takeover. Here comes Aurora, just one-shots the crash from Shelly as well. That's a tier 2 dead.
Yeah, and
Here
just
maybe
like
a
that,
tier. Well, any charges?
I mean, Nico looks like Nico's waiting to get that charge.
No charge actually. So that's actually a feast there for Hensap. So.
To be honest, I was not sure if he was going to be able to feast that, actually.
Yeah, but it looks like a Drake trade here. Or well, I guess I say trade, right? Oakland has to catch waves and push out. Drake does go over. It's another Chemtech soul. So, I mean, we're going to see, I guess, in terms of what Oakland can do to try to maybe secure soul with this time. Voracious Edicon now spawns top. So that's GA Edicon, right? If you kill it, you get GA for, I think it's a minute and a half, or withdraw.
I think it's a 3-minute buff, and then at the minute-and-a-half mark, that's when it tells you there's a minute and a half left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. Regardless, right? Oakland's going to definitely want to look to play this, right? Wazek does kill at top tier 1, so they have some tempo top. And Shaggy's going to look to try to get some more vision. Aatrox is spotted on the blue ward, and Nocturne is bot side right now, so if Oakland were to look to take like a sneak play here, it might be something. However, Wazek is going to back.
That Nocturne ult is up, though, right? So in the event that this Oakland team tried to take that Otacon, right?
Yeah.
Nocturne, at a certain point, as long as he's got vision, he can use that semi-global ult just to try and, like, join the fight.
Yeah, there's no Aurora ult, though. It does get scared off of Hensap's wave. So no Aurora ult for this fight. No really other objective in important coming up. So doesn't necessarily hurt too bad unless there's a Otacon fight in the next minute or minute or so. Looking to probably open up, I guess, catch waves at this point, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a pop blossom on the Shaggy. Is the Aatrox here? Aatrox is here, but the flash comes through, and so Shaggy's okay.
Oh, lose about 50% of
Oh, the
health.
Nocturne ult. Oh, it's really deep onto Bully U, but, does get
lives.
out. Yeah, I mean, Ezreal's going to look to try to play it onto a Zek here. This tier 2 is probably going to go down.
Yeah.
Zek kind of in no man's land a little bit. However, no wave for the side of Converse. They have to back up.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit crucial. This is kind of where you start to say this is like the boiling point here in this match, right? 22 minutes, starting to get towards a little bit of that late game. And this Converse team is really starting to scale nicely into this late game, and they're by doing so, by having these early advantages, and then having these really good fights in this mid game, just making it where Oakland cannot kind of start to hit their critical points to accelerate into the late game.
I mean, look at Bully U, right? Bully U still not on the second item yet. This Ezreal finishes Muramana. True Shot Barrage does come through and do a nice chunk out of Bully U, actually. That hurts a lot.
Yeah.
This Nico looking to play into jungle, and is going to secure some vision. Yep, there it is.
Boom.
There's the minion in jungle.
Can't believe that minion is actually just doing so much. The little minion that could.
Yeah.
It does look like this Converse starting to rotate to start going after Otacon. You see both Ezreal and Nocturne there. A lot of pings going on from the blue team to get this Otacon underway.
Yeah, I mean, Ego pushing bot lane. Hensep has to cover. And, I mean, so much vision for the side of Converse onto into the Oakland's red side jungle. I mean, this Otacon is just gone.
Yeah.
Right? There's nothing that Oakland can really do for it. There's no cross map, really. I mean, they can maybe look to play for Tier 2, but I don't think it's going to really happen too much, right?
Yeah.
This Tier 2 from Oakland actually is not going to die. So it looks like this Aurora is just going to back up a little bit, push this wave, and then push through again. I guess looking into the future, right? Drake spawning in 50 seconds, also Baron spawning in 50 seconds. I would imagine that Converse is going to look to play towards this Drake first. I mean,
Yeah.
Oakland has shown that they really don't want to fight too much, although the Rage Blade finish on Kaisa, maybe it looks like a little spike
A little bit
here.
big. Getting that second item on Kaisa is so crucial, right? Especially the Rage Blade, right? It just allows her to really just amp up in the fights and actually become a threat.
Yeah. We also see the Phantom Dancer gets finished by Wazek as well. So ghosting, lots more of E presence in fight. So can follow up with this Kaisa play. Actually, here's the silence onto Ego, and the E comes through. Here's the Drowsy.
Very big collapse.
Ooh, does have the flash. And actually on the cross map, right? Hensab is here. Ego does E over the wall and is probably going to be safe. However, on the other side, Hensep does get feared, but also is safe on this Tier 3.
That Aatrox lived barely. Look there's almost no health left on that Aatrox. Just narrowly escaped. Had enough life in the tank to be able to hold off until he could E over the wall into the Baron pit to escape, because he knew nobody from the Oakland side could follow him at that point.
Yeah, and this is Drake going after that overextend there from. Oh, actually, Bensep is here. They know. He stole it. The Ezreal stole it from Bensep. It's so unfortunate, but the withdrawal does come through. And from the Nico there.
Yeah.
So no GA for Nico now. I think that the buff is ending pretty.
It's
soon
almost
here.
soon. It should be over any moment now.
Yeah, but I guess we'll have to see in terms of what they can do to finish with this Otacon buff, right? And there it goes, actually.
There goes the Otacon buff.
Yeah. Clears coming from all lanes here. Oakland pushed in quite a lot. Lizek silencing that ward. Doing a nice job. just a lot of play topside, right? They're looking to get some vision for this Baron or on the side of Converse. Looking to push this top tier 2 and push this mid tier 3 in order to secure yourself a Baron. Hensep might have something in base, but cancels base actually, and looks like Oakland's going to rotate mid to try to catch this wave. Maybe even rotate bot as Wazek actually is going to be able to catch that.
Yeah, definitely need to get these waves no longer kind of like pushing into the Oakland side, right? A lot, just that extra pressure is going to be making this so difficult for Oakland to try and respond to a potential Baron call that comes out from Converse.
Yeah, the Nocturne does finish the Stridebreaker here, and also Aatrox does get the Last Whisper online. So this is quite a lot of damage coming through now from the side of Converse. Yeah, the Nocturne, as we get later and later in the game now, is going to start to plateau and fall a little bit.
Yeah.
We're going to see, however, if Hensap and Wazek are able to get this gold back that they're having a deficit on, and if Bulyu is going to be able to finish a couple more of these items to get really, really powerful mid-fight.
Yeah. Having with the items he's got on, he's looking. I think that's what builds right into Static Shiv.
No,
No?
that's Static Shiv is like
Zeal. I thought it
was Zeal with Slingshot.
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah. No, this is like into.
Oh, why am I blanking on what item this builds into?
It's probably into like a.
Oh, it's into Nasher's Tooth.
Yeah. Interesting.
I'm like, I know it's an attack speed item.
Yeah.
Which one?
We're gonna look. I think that Converse is gonna look to make a Baron play here soon. They know that Oakland has to get some tempo again after they back and get some more wards. Wazek looking to catch this bot wave and all in onto the Aatrox. Look at how fast he's moving.
Win,
However,
man.
that World Ender does come through. Yeah.
Forces the ult out. That's pretty good.
Yeah, really good. However, now the force onto Baron, right? Wazek, no TP. This Aatrox has TP, so now Wazek has to look to run all the way up here if they want to contest 4v5 or contest 5v5.
Yep.
Converse is going to look to.
But you know what?
Barrage.
Oakland managed.
Oh my gosh, Shaggy has the flash.
Oh, did not
just gets
manage to get the ult out. Oh, okay. That's
The
a.
Nocturne's in.
Nocturne's going in even at 50% health.
Pop Blossom, the flash, the 3-man Pop Blossom.
Oh.
Oh my goodness, all the ults being pressed by the side of Converse. Here comes the Nocturne onto Hensep on the other screen.
Oh, and he
Bensep
just misses the execute on the Devour.
Yeah, Bensep and Bulyu managed to live. Wazek is hiding in the wings. Let's see if he's going to be able to do anything. No, just going to look to clear mid-wave. And I don't know.
He's just trying to pull that pressure off, right? Because this Converse team is rather weak. But, you know, as long as, that Aatrox is kind of, soaking up a lot of the front damage. He uses a World Ender just to sustain a little bit longer just so Nocturne can get some health back, and that is a free Baron.
Yeah, that's a 5-person Baron buff coming through here.
7,000
Oh, wait, Bulyu.
gold lead right now.
Oh, my gosh.
Chunked.
Shaggy blocks that.
Shaggy's just gone?
Lives? Kind of lives.
Dead?
Nope, just doesn't live.
He's gone?
However, Bulyu
Okay.
lives on 1 HP, and no, the burn comes through the
Good.
cleanse.
That was such a good dash by that Ezreal. Holy crap.
Oh my gosh, here comes the Nocturne also.
Oh, big.
Bensap does get the W off.
Silence. All
Here
right,
comes
big fight here in this mid lane.
Bensep, Demacia.
Executed. All right, now, but it's Aatrox Baroned up. That is just such a. He's got 3 full items built right now, plus the Noxian boots. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, right? Hensep finishes the Riftmaker, so it has some AP, but also some more survivability, right? Mm-hmm. Gets another feast there. Is I believe now on 10. He's on 9 now.
Okay.
So pretty big guy.
He's a pretty big guy.
Nasher's Tooth finished. Also, Mortal Reminder finished for Garen.
Yeah, gonna get that. Needs that anti-heal for this Aatrox.
Yep.
And for the Nocturne.
Yeah, Redemption also is going to help a lot with this sustain versus the Aurora and the Aatrox. Here comes Wazek all out on an Ego. That's a lot of damage on the Silence. The World Ender gets used. Wazek now caught a little bit with his, oh my gosh, so much damage off that Q3. The E comes through. Here comes the Aurora. The bailout, though. Can the bailout proc? No. Oh my gosh. And, oh my gosh, Benseb with so much damage onto him. Caught in that E, however, does not quite connect, but in the end, the Ezreal will finish it. Shaggy goes off screen versus the Aatrox, and now, Oakland is going to get pushed in quite a bit with this one. That's a 5. That's a 5 for. Or, I'm sorry, a 3 for 0. Yeah, 3 for 0.
Rough.
Yeah.
Rough fight.
I mean, 7K gold lead about, right? It's something's going to have to really happen for Oakland to be able to bring back this.
And this is that third Cloud Drake just getting absolutely soloed by Zav here for Converse. And just look at Ego. Just basically just being in the base is a threat enough that you cannot approach the team that he is just blocking for.
Yeah, I mean, what can Oakland really do about it right now, right? There's just not enough damage going on to really have much of an effect on a couple of members of Converse, right?
It's kind of like we were saying in the draft, right? It's that Oakland is kind of playing that front-to-back style comp, but it's going once we get to this late game, once we're at the 30 to like 35 minute mark, how do you get through the Aatrox once he pops that ult and is just sustaining himself back up to full?
Yeah, I mean,
not even Lilia dots can really do it.
That's what I'm saying, right? This Aatrox running around level 18 on Summoner's Rift at 33 minutes.
He's actually a big guy.
Yeah,
he's just as big of a guy as Cho'Gath.
Yeah, this 3 item. Well, I guess Wazek also has 3 items, right? But on a full level.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it's also, he's got the Noxian Merc treads too, so it's just anytime you lock him down with anything, like his tenacity is just so through the roof.
Yeah. Oh, Bensep actually gets caught out a little bit by the Q, but Wazek here, Demacia does not quite finish it, but here comes Hensap trying to protect this tower. No, it goes down, tier 2, down for Oakland. Now, look at the super minions on bot wave. They're going to come in, siege into base. Hensap is going to be able to catch them with the help of Wazek, actually. Wazek just going to go. Looks like everyone else is going to move towards mid. Catch this top wave is Hensap in the meantime. Maybe look to try to cancel some bases, but no, everyone from Converse gets out. Baron, a minute and a half. Looks like Converse is going to try to spike as much as they can before this happens, right? This Aurora, level 18 now. This Ezreal, level 17. Bully level 15. Right?
Yeah. I mean, you look at that, even it's like, sure, yes, it's a 20, there's like a 20 CS gap between them, but it's the kill volume and just the global amount of gold that it's come out from just these objectives and towers that Converse has just really had a full control over this entire game.
Yeah, I mean, Hensep is here waiting to see if anyone from Converse is going to be pushing forward. The Kaisa W does spot the Nocturne out, and so now Oakland maybe look to try to make a play. The handshake does go wide. Bully taking so much damage from that Ezreal combo.
Yeah.
True Shot Barrage is up, so maybe something happens, but no, it looks like everyone's just going to be able to get their health back. Try to, Converse is going to keep in this top side jungle, look to siege, like to take this top and mid tier 3. The ult does come out onto Wazek, who goes up a little too far. The flash has to get burned.
Yeah. And as time keeps going on, it is just looking more and more difficult for this Oakland squad to try and come back from this point, right?
Yeah.
Even when it feels like they have the fight, there is just something that comes down, like Converse just absolutely just swarms that player of their team that's got caught out, and they are actually bailing them out.
Yeah, I mean, Oakland needs like another 30 minutes to scale, I think. Look at the super minions in base right now. I mean, they're going to be taking.
That's a full turret.
Yeah, but the turrets do respawn, so here comes a fight mid. Looks like the bowling ball does hit onto 2. No sleep, however. I don't think anyone's.
Oh, there's the
they're in
sleepy
range.
time.
Drowsy onto 2, but nothing really happens. Was that caught out by this world-ending Aatrox? Here comes a Pop Blossom onto 3, actually. The hostile takeover goes wide. That's 3 dead, 4 dead, and Hensep 5 dead. There's the ace.
And that ace honestly should spell it. And it.
Yep, here comes the Aatrox TPing onto that Super Minion wave. And looking to take the first tower. Here comes the second tower.
Shot barrage just to help clear some minions.
Yep, there's the
and
second
it
tower.
does look like the Converse Valkyries are walking through the base, taking this last turret, and they are finding a way to punch their ticket to the NACE land in Florida. And that is the series. Oakland falls 2-0.
Yep. Very, very close game still nonetheless, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily at the end game of this one too much, but game 1, very close, right? Kind of a toss-up at the end there.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, Oakland does find the end of their season for League right now. We'll get confirmation for Smash Bros. Is still in.
Yep. It's just so
They
in terms of
have-
NACE, it's just Smash, and we have NACE. They have their NACE land qualifier on Thursday
Which we
against Davenport University.
are we streaming that one?
We'll be
Or-
streaming.
Okay,
That's,
so
we'll be in there.
yeah, so we'll be there for that. In terms of other stuff, right? CECC.
Yep,
I
we
don't
still
know. Smash is going to CECC.
Yep, that's in May. The week after the weekend after
Yeah.
NACE top 8.
Um,
Wow, back-to-back travel weekends is gonna be crazy.
Overwatch goes to the St. Clair land
Yep,
this weekend.
you guys get to go to your St. Gauntlet series land this weekend, and the Smash Bros. B team still in their CEC or their NECC regional playoff
Yeah.
right now. Or I think they actually played their regional playoffs finals tonight. They did win 2-0 over
sick.
University of Minnesota,
Nice.
and have qualified for the national bracket.
Perfect.
So Smash Bros. Is the last leg of what is left for Oakland's winter 2025 season. It is crazy how fast time has gone.
Yeah. I mean, nonetheless, I guess that'll be it for us tonight.
Yeah.
Be sure to come back on Thursday for Smash Bros.
Yes.
As they look to punch the spot into the top 8
8 land.
that will happen in Florida. So I guess that is going to be it for us tonight.
Yeah.
And see you guys next time.
We'll see you on Thursday, guys. Thanks for watching.